There is a lot of unusual and unnecessary noises going on in this building right now while I'm trying to record. A lot of them can be explained, I'm sure, but then there's things like disembodied talking. Oh, I hate that word, disembodied. It's just, the word scares me just saying it. But there's things like, literal talking I can hear coming from over in that direction. That's why I'm trying to record over there. Anyway, I think I'm gonna tell the story of the time that I first really met my 1986 Cougar. Now, I've seen it before plenty of times. It was my friend Mikey's first car. He had it, it broke down, transmission gave out, he kept it in his yard. I knew about it, I knew it was there, never really paid much attention to it until one day he came up to me and he was like, "Hey dude, I gotta make some money for rent and I gotta make it right now. How would you like to buy the Cougar?" So I'm just sitting there like, I don't know anything about this car, let me go ahead and do some research on it. Turns out it's a pretty awesome car. So I'm like, alright, this thing sounds fantastic. Positive traction rear end, 2-door box body sports car, 8-cylinder 5.0. It seemed like a pretty legit car. So look, I hear more whispering over there. I just heard it. I heard someone go, "Hey." It's crazy. So I decided to myself, let me go over and actually check this thing out to really explore it. So I walk over and I ask him, "Hey, does it start?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, it starts. It just doesn't drive very far or fast because the transmission's out and it's stuck in first gear." So I'm like, well, alright, let's go ahead and start it up, see how it runs. So this thing's been sitting for a while and it's got afterflow exhaust on it. So whenever he starts this thing up, it absolutely roars. It had dead leaves and plants and whatnot growing around it. It just blew everything off, sent everything flying. I will never forget that. He started up, it went roar, just everything went flying all over the place, debris hit me, it almost blew me back. It was amazing. I gave him the money right then and there. I was like, this car has got to belong to me. I fell in love with this car at first sight. It was traumatic. It was an amazing experience that I will never ever forget. And to this day, I still love that car just as much. Every time I start it up, I'm like, yeah. Can you imagine that with a dead pile of leaves around the car? That'd be cool. Every time I go driving down the driveway, because my mufflers come down about halfway down the car and point down because they're, master flow. They just kind of clears all the dirt on the driveway. It's an awesome car. And whenever I saw it for the first time, it blew my mind. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have some fantastic stories. The imaginary army that does not exist. I'm sure you'll have some stories if you want to tell me some stories. It doesn't have to be related to this one, mind you. It can literally just be about anything. I'm gonna turn on some background noise so I don't have to listen to the dead trying to communicate with me. You guys try to have a fantastic day, or night, or evening, or whatever it is, whatever time it is that you're watching this. It's night right now. It's actually really late at night. I'm completely alone in this building. I'm not only alone in this building, I'm alone in this area. I'm out of town, all the way in the woods. It's kind of scary.